they started rationalizing their economies and their foreign policy. So just like the AKP government, which is now one of the countries which is growing in Europe, unlike all this recession, they want to do the same thing in North Cyprus. So they are, in the past, they were sending the money, and they were not controlling it much. And the money was sort of distributed by the government here to its own sort of clientele or relatives or whatever you call it, nepotism. But in the last several years, the Turkish government, just like it made its own economy rational, they also want to have a rational control and rational supervision on the money it is sending. So most of the money that Turkey is sending now goes to infrastructure investment. And a couple of days ago, as you know, they signed a huge project of bringing water with pipelines from Turkey under the sea, which is going to cost almost $500 million in 2, 3, 4 years, something like that. So it is more now geared towards infrastructure investment rather than paying for the salaries in the north.
Okay. I've just asked because I'm an economist, so I'm looking at it from that point of view.
Right.
From this point of view, Northern Cyprus is so much dependent on the
course,
Turkish money, then the easiest solution would be
but let me tell you this.
Cyprus joining Turkey. And that's
but let me tell you this. If isolations on North Cyprus is lifted, let's say just like Taiwan, that there are direct flights, that it can trade and more tourists can come because of direct flights and whatnot. As an economist, you know this much better than I do, that within a couple of years' time, the GNP per capita will just skyrocket. Because this is a small economy, it's a small population, right? The multiplied effect of all these will be huge. So it's not like a huge country where, you know, in order to increase the GNP per capita 30%, you need like enormous sort of sources. In this country, it's within a couple of years' time, it can be fixed.
And how much money you take from European Union?
Peanuts. Peanuts. Why? Because EU laws, or what is known as acquis communautaire, French speaking, acquis communautaire, the body of EU laws, are suspended in Cyprus, North Cyprus. So, after the referendum, the EU Commission decided to sort of lift the isolations on Turkish Cypriots and bring Turkish Cypriots closer to the Union, as they call it, on the 26th of April 2004, 2 days after the referendum. They decided that they are going to give 259 million euros.
Per year?
No, total. They couldn't do it until 2007, 3 years.
The budget is 7 years.
Hold on. Why? They couldn't start distributing that money on projects, open procurements, call for proposals. For 3 years until 2007, they couldn't even start implementing the money. Why? Because this foreign aid, financial aid, was blocked by the Republic of Cyprus, member state, the Greek Cypriots. Finally, they overcame that in 2007, and since 2007 to now, within 3 years' time, they distributed, I think, 70–80% of that money on projects. But on projects, meaning they are not going to Turkish Cypriots. Project managers from, or companies from Belgium, Greece, England, can also apply to this. Any EU member country's NGO can apply for this, and You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You guys in Poland, you know how the, I think Poland is one of the most successful countries in terms of sort of exploiting the EU funds, but
Yeah, we're very close to Germans, you know. If they giving us money, we take money. We do projects and we just spend it. And that's why they are isolating you. You, as an island, as a Cyprus, should take money from European Union. They
Yeah, but I
have
mean,
7
look.
years budget, loads of money.
look, since we have problems with recognition,
That's why you need to go forward with this
with this what?
federation.
You meaning, I mean, I am ready to go forward.
Cyprus people, Cyprus.
Yeah, Cyprus people is not one. That's my point. Unfortunately or fortunately, whatever you call it. I'm saying is since a long time, since 60s, this way or that way, that reason, whatever reason, they are not acting together, they are divided.
Can you give your personal opinion as to whether it is better for the Cypriot, for the Turkish Cypriots to have a federation again?
My personal view is worthless. It's just one personal view. I told you, I have been a romantic federalist. What does that mean? I still support the federation. I think that that's, we look at the public, well, not just look, but we conduct public opinion polls. Please, if you are interested, enter into the website of a project which I am also co-director, together with a Greek Cypriot friend, www.cyprus2015, cyprus2015.org. Go to publications, poll results. We conducted a poll, 10,000 face-to-face interviews in the south, 1,000, and 1,000 in the north, face-to-face interviews. The results are there. It shows very clearly the first priority of the Greek Cypriots is to have a unitary state where the Turkish Cypriots will be a minority. Clear, fine. Federation is their second choice. If you look at the north, the poll results show that the first preference of the Turkish Cypriots is two-state solution, and federation is the second choice. And then we look at in more detail whether federation can be acceptable, satisfactory, tolerable, and it is. It is the only option that is palatable. You know what the word palatable means? Eatable by both sides. But I am not sure whether it will be the case. Okay? So, yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to hold people. I just wanted, I was eager to know about, could you just please briefly explain us what happened these days, because we're a little bit cut off.
What happened to these days?
Yes,
You mean
for Kosovo. We're being cut off now, so.
the International Court of Justice. I just printed them before coming here. The International Court of Justice was looking at a request by the UN General Assembly 2 years ago. It was sent by General Assembly to have an advisory decision. And according to the advisory decision,
Opinion.
Kosovo's opinion, exactly, thank you, is not illegal against, the court didn't find it illegal against international law.
International court.
It means they are accepting Kosovo as a state or what?
I'm not saying that. The court's opinion, as our friend says, is just opinion. It's not binding, but the court made its opinion, and it's an authority.
So it's
The
not
authority
law,
is saying that the Declaration of Independence of Kosovo is not against international law. That's it.
That's enough, I guess.
Hmm?
That's enough, I guess.
That's what?
It's enough, I guess. It will take
So,
some time.
I don't know what it means. It probably means that more and more countries will finally recognize Kosovo. I don't know when or if ever countries like Russia recognizes Kosovo.
Or Spain.
Huh?
Or Spain.
Or
Spain.
Serbia.
No, she said Spain.
Ever.
I said Spain.
I know,
And
but,
what about
and I
South
said
Cyprus?
or,
And what about South Cyprus?
not in the near future, because they don't want this to be a precedent in Cyprus. But already Kosovo became a precedent for many countries. I was in a conference couple of, 2 months, well, less than 2 months ago in Tartu, Estonia, on non-recognized entities, and the name was Unfrozen Conflicts in the Post-Kosovo Syndrome. So already it started entering into the literature. But I don't know how or whether it will be possible for Serbian authorities and Kosovan authorities to somehow come to a sort of, what do you call that? A modus vivendi, a peaceful modus vivendi, which will also solve the Mitrovica issue and whatnot. So, good luck, guys. I have all the sympathy. Any other questions, last minute questions before? Well, enjoy your rest of your stay here. Don't go out in the sun more than 10-15 minutes after 11 o'clock, so it's not good for your health. All the best.